Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I am going to provide you the latest update at the US Embassy in Manila. What are the changes that are going to happen in terms of immigration policies, and also what will be the effect to the processing of visas. There is now a new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who has replaced Antony Blinken. He will focus on America First policies. The top priority is to protect the lives and interests of U.S. citizens overseas. There was a slight change in the U.S. Embassy website by adding the emergency information for American citizens on the dashboard itself. There's now a drop-down menu for emergency assistance, alerts for U.S. citizens, and enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program or STEP. The website should include a full dashboard providing U.S. citizen services. For example, there should be an appointment system where American citizens can set up an appointment easily, taking care of their personal business. Also, they should provide a detailed information on how to avail of these U.S. citizen services, and also provide a direct link to government agencies such as Social Security Services, Veteran Services, and other services that are crucial for U.S. citizens living in the Philippines. If you are planning to avail of the no interview waiver, I don't see any changes to the eligibility requirements. It's still the same, but in other U.S. embassies abroad, the renewal for non-immigrant visa must be done within 12 months. But for purposes of this video, the eligibility requirements has not been changed. So that means that if you are planning to renew your visa and the visa will be expiring or has expired within 48 months, you can still avail of the no interview waiver, especially if you are holding a business or tourist visa or B1, B2 visa and will be expiring in the last 48 months or has already expired. However, this eligibility requirement could be changed at any time. In other U.S. embassies abroad, the eligibility requirements was changed from 48 months to 12 months. There are new priorities and missions set by the Department of State, and this was announced in a press statement by Marco Rubio, who is the new Secretary of State. So he said that every dollar that the government spends or every program or every policy must be justified with the answer to three simple questions. Does it make America safer? Does it make America stronger? Or does it make America prosperous? There are some good news for those who are applying for an immigrant visa. Effective January 22nd, the USCIS is waiving any and all requirements requiring applicants for adjustment of status to be a lawful permanent resident to submit documentation on their Form I-693 and COVID-19 vaccination records as evidence. So this means that if you are applying for an immigrant visa, you don't need to get vaccinated for COVID. And the USCIS will not issue any request for evidence or notice of intent to deny related to proving a COVID-19 vaccination. So this means that the USCIS will not deny any adjustment of status application based on the applicant's failure to present documentation that they received the COVID-19 vaccination. So this is good news for all incoming immigrants. There is another important update from the USCIS. There are key changes to Form I-485 and the green card application process. Effective February 10, USCIS will only accept a particular edition of the form, the October 24, 2024 edition, and it is available online. The Form I-485 is the green card application form. So if you're going to submit the application after February 10, you need to use the online edition or the form October 24, 2024. Otherwise, your form will be rejected or your application can be rejected if you do not file Form I-693 with the Form I-485 when required. The Trump administration is going to be strict in reviewing the forms, including the documentation or the supporting documents. So make sure that you only submit the latest form. Let's look at the processing times at the USCIS website. Let's check on the petition for alien fiancé I-129F or for K1, K2, K3, K4 visa. For California Service Center, the processing time is 8.5 months. For Nebraska Service Center, the processing time is 12 months. For Potomac Service Center, the processing time is 29.5 months or more than 2 years. For Texas Service Center, the processing time is 9.5 months. And for Vermont Service Center, the processing time is 36.5 months. So please make sure that when you apply for an immigrant or non-immigrant visa, always check the latest information from the Department of State because things can change anytime due to the policies being introduced by the Trump administration. If you were not aware, there were new changes effective September 28, 2024 as announced by the U.S. Embassy in Manila, and this is regarding the new visa application center at Parañaque City. And this is for immigrant and non-immigrant visa applicants. There will be photo scanning, fingerprint, and new scheduling at the new visa application center in Parañaque. However, the actual interview will still be at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. The appointment scheduling will be at the VAC Center and also actual interview at the U.S. Embassy in Manila. If you are a new user, you must create new account. However, if you are a current user, you must create new profile to retrieve payment receipt and appointment information. And this can be done at the new visa application center. However, there will be no appointments needed if you are going to pick up your passport, if you are going to do your interview waiver, or you are only going to do document drop-off. There is now a new visa application process, and for all U.S. immigrant and non-immigrant visa applicants, you will need to make an appointment at the VAC to have fingerprints and a photo taken prior to making a separate interview appointment at the U.S. Embassy, Manila. Visa applicants will first need to create an online profile in the user portal. Now, what do you need to bring during your appointment at the visa application center? First, a passport valid for travel to the U.S., your printed DS-160 confirmation page, your printed appointment confirmation page, and children under 5 years applying for visas do not need to come to the VAC, but you must bring your acceptable photo per the U.S. visa specifications and guidelines. Please take note that the VAC is an independent contractor and not considered as the U.S. Embassy. Only interviews happen at the U.S. Embassy. And here are the hours of operation for biometrics, submission of interview waiver, and passport collection. So biometrics can be done on a Saturday, and the submission of interview waiver only Monday to Friday, and the passport collection Monday to Friday as well. So please take note of these hours. Here is the location of the VAC. Parcal Building 8, Level 3, Diosdado Macapagal Boulevard, Barangay Tambo, Parañaque City. And visa appointment that was scheduled by the National Visa Center. How can you schedule an appointment? You must now schedule 2 appointments, one at the visa application center, and number 2, a second appointment for the visa interview at the embassy. Here are the new security regulations when entering the U.S. Embassy and visa application center. You cannot bring the following items: battery-operated or electronic devices such as phones, watches, cameras, audio-video cassettes, and other portable devices. Large shoulder bags, bags such as travel bags or backpacks, food items, sealed envelopes or packages, cigarettes, sharp objects, weapons, or explosive materials of any kind. So this means that the list is not exhaustive and other items may be prohibited by the staff. For all U.S. tourist visa applicants, if your application has been refused under Immigration and Nationality Act 221G, which means that essential information is missing from an application or that an application requires additional administrative processing, the consular officer who interviews you will tell you at the end of your interview if your case is being refused. The consular officer will also tell you that the case has to undergo administrative processing or ask you to submit additional information. So this means you will be given a written letter notifying you of the visa refusal and will include a reference to requested documents, if any. If you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel. And if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.